also think it's worthwhile stating that it's easy for us to fall into that victim mentality. I wouldn't necessarily say I hate people who play the victim card, because I have played it myself so many times, and even just in little ways, it comes up all the time in the day to day. We can make excuses for ourselves, we can justify things that we really should take responsibility for. And sometimes, I'm preaching to the choir here as someone who teaches meditation and the ability to create space and stillness.
Yeah.
Upon reflection, we see that those moments where we could have taken responsibility would have alleviated a lot of the suffering that we decided to go through, because we prefer to blame someone else in that time to alleviate all the pain that we really should be feeling, because that is going to help us grow and adapt.
Yeah.
So the victim card and the victim mentality, is within all of us. And it's just what it means to be human. We're sensitive to negativity. We're sensitive to having the spotlight on us, because we've evolved to, to be reputable and fit in, as opposed to standing out. So all these things are difficult for ourselves individually to overcome, but it certainly helps when you can take responsibility for little things to begin with. My upbringing was so different to yours. We often joke about this, but as I started to get older, I started to see that, a lot of the anxiety that I was struggling with at the time could have been resolved when I started doing things that were difficult that actually helped me feel more proud of myself. And I really do believe that confidence is something that is earned throughout the day, and self-esteem is something that's earned throughout the day. Because I'm not going to feel very good about myself if I have a list of to-dos and by the end of the day, I've just sat in front of Netflix all day. You can do that every now and then, but weeks and weeks and weeks of that, I'm going to start to feel pretty shitty. So that's one thing that I think when people talk about, you are enough and all this, you're worthy. I totally agree. And I understand what that means, but for the day-to-day things, I like to take on the view that maybe sometimes I'm not worthy to feel good about myself if I've been eating shit for the past 3 weeks. I haven't moved and I haven't, achieved anything that I would like to achieve, because I know that at the end of the day, when I do that, it makes me feel really good about myself. Yeah. And that's when that I feed my good feelings with food. So I like to go out on dates and eat shitty food, because I emotionally eat everyone. That's what I do.